Life is a song. And what if your faith could help you hit the high notes? Grammy-nominated and Dove Award-winning artist Torrin Wells invites you into The High Note.
It's The High Note.
A podcast about real life, real struggles, and a real God who meets you right where you are. With honesty, insight, and encouragement, Torrin tackles the issues you're facing every day and helps you rise above the noise. If you're ready for a fresh perspective on your faith, tune in to The High Note podcast with Torrin Wells.
Welcome to The High Note.
Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
You are listening to I Am Refocused Radio with your host, Shamaya Reed. This show is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. And now, here's your host, Shamaya Reed.
Welcome back to I Am Refocused Radio. Once again, we have another show lined for y'all today. And today, we have a special guest. We're joined by Olga Sunden. She is a special person that you really want to get to know because she has a powerful story. She's a creator and publisher of the new powerful exposition of album Through Her Eyes. She is a Ukrainian-born American communications strategist and culture advocate who serves as director of strategic communications and outreach at the American Ukraine Committee. She's created Through Her Eyes after taking a tactical medicine course in Kyiv and meeting Ukrainian women who were serving as soldiers while continuing to document the war through their own cameras. I want to welcome her to the show. Olga, thank you for your time today. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm very excited about the opening of the exhibition last Wednesday. The exhibition will take place till June 6th in Tribeca. When
you look at the growing interest of this war, it's been going for a while, but a lot of people, we get a lot of noise, outside of what is really going on in the front lines. How is that helping people to not just get more educated, but understand what it's really like over there?
So, in my mind, the exhibition is a soft way to show people about what is really going on. First, it's a reminder what is going on in Ukraine, that the war is still there. It's happening every day. The art, photography, the exhibition is a soft way to educate people and show them not the death or something very scary, but the real stories, people, what is going on. And I chose women photographers, and I wanted to show war through women's eyes, which in my mind is a little bit different because they see differently and capture moments about how fragile life is. These photos show that balance between life and death and the brutality of the war.
What does it mean to you to have this work on display in the United States while the war is still continuing to go on? And this is something that not everybody truly understands.
I was born and grew up in Ukraine. Now I'm a proud American. But this is a particular grief comes with distance. You send money, you advocate, you watch news, but you're not there. So this is my way to participate, to go through this grief. This is my mission, and I believe I need to show Americans what is going on in Ukraine. My whole family is still there. My brother's been fighting since the full invasion started, and I can't stay aside. So I want to join and I want to do here. As I'm now here, I live here, I work here. So, but I believe that I can do something. I advocate Ukraine in America, in Washington, through my advocacy work in American-Ukraine Committee. An exhibition is a part of my job and part of my mission.
When you think about how powerful imagery is, looking through the lens of those photographers and their work, how do you see public reacting? Because, like we said in the intro, this is amazing display that's happening right now. What are some of the recent feedback, and what do you believe this will continue to gain some more awareness throughout the world?
As I said, I want to show women in the war. And those women, those 6 women I picked for the album and for the exhibition, they were civilians before the full invasion. And they made their choice, and it's not easy choice. It's they took their cameras, they were photographers before the war started. So they do what they can do. They joined the Ukrainian army, some as volunteers, some as soldiers, some as professional photographers, and they work in military hospitals, follow the battalions and document that war. They made their choice, and they've been documenting the war for 4 years. So I believe through their stories, what they see, I can show the war through their eyes, and I can start this discussion here. And what I see is when I started preparation, when I found the gallery, when I found the team, when I found the production company, everybody, all Americans, were ready to help, supportive. And when they heard the story about the project, they said, yes, how we can help. So this is my mission, is to show, say, talk, start a discussion, and believe when the moment of act comes, those people choose Ukraine.
Once again, listen on Refocus Radio and watching us online, talking to our special guest today, Olga. She is the Director of Strategic Communications and Outreach at American-Ukraine Committee. And we're talking about Through Her Eyes, a special project that is on display right now through June 6th. My next question for you is, how do these women see themselves as far as how they play a role with their photographs? Because when you think about, could this be something that is like therapy? Is it resistance, or is it testimony, or is it a combination of all three?
So what they say in the album, they gave a small interview, how they made this choice and what they've been doing for those 4 years, documenting the war. They all say the same thing. Our mission is to show as much as possible what is really going on, to document this war, and hope that as many people as possible will see it and start thinking and help and support and do everything they can help. And this mission is just to spread the information that aware the world about what is really going on through their stories.
How does Through Her Eyes challenge or expand the global conversation? Because there's a lot of people with a lot of opinions. You just look at news cycles, wherever you catch them. There's a lot of different ways people are documenting the conflict. How does this project help challenge and expand the conversation further?
Those values are also important in America and across the world. This is a universal story of Ukrainians fighting for freedom against tyranny. Invaders came to Ukraine to kill and capture, but these Ukrainians are standing up and protect their homeland, families, and life. The photos are powerful. They are ordinary people standing up, making the ultimate sacrifice.
When you think about how photography, it can accomplish words that you can feel it. You know, sometimes you can't really say it, but you can feel it. It's powerful.
Absolutely. Photography brings feelings, words, news. People are tired of news. They don't want to look. They don't want to see. But photography brings this feeling, and people just share and want to support through these pictures.
You've spoken about how easy it is for people globally to move on or forget that this is still happening every single day. What do you want viewers and our listeners, actually people specifically who go visit in New York, what do you hope that they will be able to take away after experiencing, viewing this very important work?
It can show a side of the war that isn't on the news, or a story that doesn't get any mainstream appeal. It can showcase images that may be too intense for public media and show the human spirit unlike anything else.
As someone who is deeply immersed in Ukrainian culture and working every day to keep international attention on the country, what does it feel like personally when you sense the world's focus is shifting away?
I believe that every Ukrainian has a mission to step up and participate. And as a Ukrainian, I believe that I can do everything I can to continue fighting and remind people that war is still there.
Through Your Eyes is designed to be more than a temporary exhibition. It's also a long-term documentary that will archive preserving women's perspectives, especially inside this war. What do you hope that future generations will be able to learn from this experience and this part of history?
This is a good question. I've been raising 6 kids, and I believe that my mission is educate them and make them as patriots, both Ukraine and America. I brought them to my exhibition. I think we need to talk to kids, explain them, and that history, our experience is important. So your job is to remember and do everything to avoid the war in future.
Once again, listen on Refocus Radio and watching us online, talking to our guest today, Olga Sunden. You have to go to what she's doing as far as her work in New York, because like I said, it's open through June 6th, and it's something that I think is going to shed a lot of light that a lot of people are maybe not aware of looking at. So I want to ask you this, if you're online and people can follow you on social media, if you don't mind, plug yourself real fast, how can they stay up to date in what you're doing?
So we, as a American-Ukrainian committee, we're very active to advocate Ukraine in Washington. So what we want from Americans is to become our members. And in our social media, we explain them how to do that. The easiest way is to contact the Congress. We set up a soft, and it's in our site, easy to find, American-Ukraine Committee. So you follow less than 1 minute. It takes less than 1 minute. You go to the site, you apply, contact the Congress, and automatically you see the letter of supporting Ukraine, and you just two clicks, and your letter sent to the Congress. Easy. Support Ukraine. I am American citizen. I believe we have to support Ukraine. So this is our mission. So we have a few tools to advocate Ukraine. Meetings with congressmen, events, exhibitions, any art projects, and contact to Congress letters. We need more members to show that there are a lot of people who support Ukraine.
If you had a chance to give a message to leadership in United States Congress, those who have a big audience of influence and are responsible to lead, what will be your message to them directly and why they should continue to support Ukraine?
Because Ukraine's been fighting for democracy the same values as Americans believe in. Because Ukraine's been fighting against tyranny. And because if we make Ukraine strong, it means the whole Europe will be strong, and we will stop the tyranny and occupation, and we will give people the peace. But only if you make Ukraine strong. Because if Ukraine weak, Russia will start the war again. In 1 year, in 2 years, in 10 years. Only when Ukraine is strong, Russia will not start the war again.
We've been talking to our guest today, Olga Sunden. She is the one who serves as a cultural advocate who is going to do even more big things in the future. I can tell she's passionate about what she's doing, but specifically today, she's Director of Strategic Communications and Outreach at the American-Ukraine Committee. We've been talking about her latest project that you can see through the June 6th, and that is a project that is displayed in New York right now through her eyes. And I want to say to you, not just thank you for being on as a guest on the show, but we had a closing message that you wanted to give to our listening audience and our viewers. What would that be?
Ukrainians are not victims. They're strong people who are able to inspire and create belief in Ukraine. Hopefully for one moment, others can see life and understand what it means to be in Ukraine today. My exhibition is about it. I want to show Ukraine strong. I want to people believe that Ukraine is strong, not a victim. And to stay with Ukraine means to stay with a strong, culturally rich country with a long history.
Once again, you can go check out this exhibition Through Her Eyes. It's currently on view in New York through June 6th. Like always, for you, Olga, I want to say thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Life is a song. And what if your faith could help you hit the high notes? Grammy-nominated and Dove Award-winning artist Torrin Wells invites you into The High Note.
It's The High Note.
A podcast about real life, real struggles, and a real God who meets you right where you are. With honesty, insight, and encouragement, Torrin tackles the issues you're facing every day and helps you rise above the noise. If you're ready for a fresh perspective on your faith, tune in to The High Note podcast with Torrin Wells.
Welcome to The High Note.
Available now wherever you get your podcasts.